Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls, so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding.
Thank you, Rochelle. Good morning to you.
I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
That's right, we back. Hashtag I'm gonna say it.
Female voice.
Welcome to hashtag I'm Gonna Say It. All things said in today's show are alleged and for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you are below the age of 18, we request that you leave the live now. Enjoy.
Grand Rising to everybody. Grand Rising. Ready to get this show started. Okay. Okay, which one are we gonna start with? We're gonna go with this one right here. All right. Okay, so now, how is everybody doing? First and foremost, I hope all is well with you all. I'm going to send out some invites real quick, and then we will begin the show. I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody that I need to share it with, but I'm not going to remember. I'm quite sure. All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hopefully, people come in. Sharita, good morning, bestie. I see you in. It's Just Grams is in the building. Good morning to you. It's Just Grams. Right. So let's get started now. The first segment we want to talk about is, I don't know if who all has been paying attention on social media, but Nicki Minaj has been going off completely, right? I'm talking about on Camel Face. She has just been brutally dogging him on social media. Now, this started a couple of days ago. And some people in the industry were saying, well, look, you know what? Nicki's not going to back down. It's going to get worse. She's going to go in harder on them. And yesterday she did. So we're going to listen to some content that Miss Lowdown, shout out to Miss Lowdown, by the way, she provided for us. And we are going to take some time to listen to it as she covers, I would say Nicki's rant, but I don't know if it's a rant, you know? It's Just Graham says she means business. Yes, I can't even call it a rant. Like, she's just, it really sounds like she's had enough. I'm going to be honest with you. Sharita says, P. Dottie got time served. I don't know. I know, he went to court yesterday. I think they were trying to get an early release, but it didn't go down, so that's pushed back to October 3rd. But a lot of people feel like he will when sentencing comes on October 3rd. But yeah, no, as far as him being out right now, no, that's not. He's not.
Okay, y'all.
Oh, is it September now? Okay. I didn't know it's September. I thought it said October 3rd.
He goes to court today,
And they didn't even push the issue of, getting an earlier release.
Can you all hear the audio okay?
Sentencing, and then October. So it's looking like he will be waiting till October. Okay, y'all? And it's something to brewing because P. Diddy is looking like on the outside that he's getting good news from what? But Jay-Z is
Adrian, good morning.
news. So y'all, somebody snitching. It gotta be some snitching going on, okay?
Hold on. Yeah. So let me tell you why I actually selected this one to share today in today's show. It's because if we go back to that very, very first, hold on, forgot to do something. All right, we on. Okay, if you go back to the very, very first phone call that was leaked from, and I'll say allegedly, right? Leaked from Puffy Jacket to his kids when he while he was like locked up, right? Or he's still locked up, but near the beginning of when he got locked up. In that phone, the phone conversation that he was talking about, the pizza boxes and the plastic containers, get rid of the containers, stuff like that. Okay, so now, right? It's just Graham says Dippy and the pizza boxes. Right, that same conversation right there. There was one person that he asked his son if this person had called or if they had heard from this person, and it was Camel Face. Okay, well now, his son said, "Nah, I hadn't heard from him." Right? That's exactly what I'm talking about, Rochelle. You are so right. You right on. Matter of fact, let me give you, and it's just Graham's that. So now, when you take that and you cope it with what Miss Lowdown is saying, here's why she says she believes that the reason Puffy Jacket is getting preferential treatment, basically, like, and the charges was dropped and stuff like that. And here recently, you've got Camel Face has got the judge has had enough and saying he's got to bring his tail into the court and submit his DNA. You've got Nicki Minaj going off on him. So Miss Lowdown is saying something got to be going on, like for Puffy Jacket to get favor, and now Camel Face is getting a barrage of trouble. Could it be somebody is snitching? Could it be somebody is working with the gov in order to bring down someone else? Could that be it? Now, it's not facts. It's not facts. And we're not saying that that's true. We're just asking, could that be? Right? Wild 6 Outlaw reality show says hardest prison to escape from is our mind. And you know what? I agree with you on that. I so agree with you on that. That's a good comment right there. And I'll even take it a step deeper for you. Your mind is the most powerful weapon there is. How about that? How about that?
Because something is not adding up here, okay, y'all? Please like, share, subscribe if you like the video, and thank you all so
I agree
much
with you,
for
bro.
watching.
I agree.
Thank you to my
I like that. I'm gonna have to use your comment.
New subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome.
It's just Grant says yes, it is.
This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the Fair Act use is in my description box, y'all. So, and let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Y'all, something is definitely a brewing, okay? And I'm going to just tell y'all how I feel about the situation. And this is just my personal opinion.
It's just her opinion.
No, none of that, okay? This is just how I feel about this situation. I'm starting to believe that they're sending P. Diddy off right now. I think that there is some kind of way getting Diddy to work with them because, like father, like son, daddy was a snitch, son gonna be a snitch too. Okay, y'all? But I think that they're telling Diddy that he is going to get off or come home early if he cooperate and this and that and that and this. And I kind of got a feeling like he's throwing Jay-Z under the bus too, working with the people. I don't know why, but I just feel this in my heart of hearts that is what's going on. Because now it's like the tables are turning. Diddy, on one hand, they're trying to lighten up the blows for him. And then you have Jay-Z that they're coming at him hardcore right now from every direction. Okay, y'all? So it just makes me wonder what's really going on with that situation, okay? Are they fooling Diddy? Because at the same time that they are acting like that and giving Diddy a little leeway, the whispers are getting louder and louder, y'all. Okay? The word on the street is they are getting some indictments together for some new charges for Diddy. So I don't know if they're playing mind games with him. He think he playing mind games with them people, but they in all actual reality is playing mind games with him.
Thanks.
His lawyers didn't even try to push the date up for the sentencing. They act as if, oh, we good. We just going to let things roll the way they are. Okay? Now, mind you, there's a lot of other things going on behind closed doors. This is why I keep telling y'all, something is brewing, y'all. Something is brewing. Either he's snitching and telling on Jay-Z behind closed doors, my personal opinion, okay? For to get a lighter sentence or something is going on, okay?
Do y'all think that's a possibility? Do you think that's a possibility? What up, fam? How you doing? Welcome in, Amy. Adrian says, yep. You can see that happening? Rochelle said, absolutely. I agree. I can see it happening too. I can see him doing that. I'm doing great. Thank you. It's just Graham says, yep. Oh, I sent you, Amy, I sent you the replay of yesterday's show that you missed. Did you get it?
Y'all, his daughter's out here celebrating their daddy coming home and this and that and that and this. I don't know. I don't know. She should be celebrating so fast. Okay.
Good. Okay.
And Nicki Minaj is having the time of her life.
She's awesome. Now, I appreciate it.
She is enjoying.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Now, I just did a video talking about Nicki Minaj, and that, and she just mentioned God too, y'all. She started mentioning about God and anybody that's she's going in right now, y'all. She's talking about anybody that call him Hove after Jehovah is playing hypocrites, basically, okay? This is what she said. Y'all gonna have to answer for that, too. That y'all even calling him that. Because I never call him that. I never even call him that because you cannot give that honor to a bum. I'm just saying, y'all. And I don't care how much money he had or has, okay? He's still a bum in my eyes when you're coming
Michelle says he keeps messing around. He's going to go home for real.
But Nicki Minaj is enjoying the heck out of herself. So we're going to talk about both of them, y'all. We're about to go over everything, okay? Now, this just posted today. Hey, Diddy, I'm on a hot streak in court. Grapes and strawberry claims was withdrawn from the lawsuit. Now, this was only one person that...
Amy, thank you for that heartbeat. I appreciate that.
And this lawsuit had nothing to do with y'all.
Let's give it up to Amy. Amy just got the number 2
that he just won.
Gifter badge. Thank you for the good morning. I appreciate that, Amy. I love that. Yeah, and I do have my coffee over here, so that's on point. Anna, okay. First of all, Anna, good morning. I didn't address you when you came in. Good morning. So here's where we're starting off with. And this is not facts or anything like that. It's just a possibility, a theory, a question, right? And Amy says, me too. You got yours? Okay. Hey, look. Salute. Cheers. The thing that Ms. Lowdown is saying, it's, how Puffy Jacket got off on the charges, or at least the main ones, the big ones he got off on. I do know he got charged with 2, but those were smaller, lesser charges. And so here recently, and I don't know if you've kept or have seen it or kept up with it on social media, Anna, but Nicki Minaj has been, I mean, the way she's been going in on Camel Face, it's almost as if he did something to her, which I don't know. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying she's really not giving him any slack. And what I was saying, Miss Lowdown didn't say this. This is what I was saying. If you go back to the conversation that was the phone conversation that was leaked, the initial phone conversation that was leaked from Puffy Jacket to his kids, he asked, the only person that he asked if the kids or if they've heard from was Camel Face. So now, if you look at it from Miss Lowdown's perspective, wondering, is Puffy Jacket getting this treatment, or is he getting preferential treatment, I should say, because he's starting to snitch on Camel Face? Because you got to remember, how long has Ramir Satterwave been trying to get this DNA test done? And Camel Face keeps dodging him. He keeps dodging him. He don't go to court. He hadn't, and so, and the one time he did go to court, they told him to go down the hallway and submit his DNA, and he walked out the court. He didn't even do the courthouse. He didn't even do it. So now the judge is telling Camel Face, you got to, I think it's July 15th or 18th. Don't quote me on that. It's one of those 2 dates. In any event, he gave him a definitive date. I am Miss Carol. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the heart me. Good morning. They gave Camel Face a definitive date that he has to show up at the courthouse and submit his DNA for this paternity test. And so she's just saying something seems like somebody snitching. And what she means by that is Puffy Jacket snitching on Camel Face. And then if you think about it, the top 3, shout out to I Am Miss Carol. She just reached the fan level number 6 in the fan club. Thank you, I Am Miss Carol. I appreciate the support. Thank you. If you go based off the big 3, you already have Kale's locked up. Puffy Jacket is currently locked up. The only one that's not is Camel Face. Rochelle said, why don't they get a warrant for it? And they should, but now let's remember though, Camel Face is even higher up in that group. You know what we talking about? He's even higher up than Puffy Jacket. You know? Yeah, Francis. Oh, that's what you was talking about, Rochelle. You talking about why they didn't get the thing for the DNA test. Yeah, the reason why Camel Face is dodging that because I think he was 20 something. I think they said 22, and Ramir's mom was 15 or 16. Either way, she wasn't of age of consent, and so if it came back that he was his, then that would prove that he did, great per. Jenny, welcome in. Bessie, thank you for the heart me. So yeah, so that's why. That's what we're talking about, Anna.
This other woman that allegedly had claims against him, you gotta put her in the category of everybody else that they say he got a whole bunch, over 100 of people that's coming forth suing him. So of course there are gonna be a couple in there that they're gonna probably throw out because they probably don't have enough evidence or this and that and this. Okay, so this is just one that was thrown out.
How you doing, Bestie?
TMZ
Welcome in,
is trying to
MP2
make it look like,
MP.
Diddy is just winning. Okay, and I'm telling you, at the same time that they're making.
Oh yeah, and that's a comment that Puffy Jacket made yesterday. Had to look at the timestamp on it. Bessie, thank you for the Go Popular. I appreciate that. MP2MP, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate your love and support. Thank you, thank you. Vicky Davis, 67, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Puffy Jacket left a comment yesterday, or made a comment or post yesterday, talking about, it states, I'm on a hot streak in court, and it says grape claims withdrawn from lawsuit. Now, I don't know which one, but yeah. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a great morning. All right. I'm gonna let it. There you go.
Like, this guy is winning and he's getting off with the things that he has done. They're making it look like Jay-Z is in the hot seat, y'all. I kid you not. These are the things that they were posting. Diddy scores another legal win. Grape claims withdrawn from lawsuit. Okay? This had nothing to do with the court stuff, but they wanted to put that out today, the day that he was going, to talk about this little, sentence and stuff, to make him look better, like they are throwing stuff out as we speak. So, it's going to be a softer blow when, October
Natty.
come or whatever. Okay, y'all?
Grand Rising
And
Queen, how you doing?
they let him out of there. Okay,
Thank
y'all?
you for that heart,
This
B.
is
I
what they're
appreciate
trying to
that,
make him
Natty.
look like on the outside, but y'all, word on the street, Diddy is in for a rude awakening, y'all. I keep telling y'all, it might be one of those type of situations that they release him and then somebody on the outside waiting for the charging with some more charges.
It's just
If
grand.
they go that far.
We were just
And
talking
for
about
what
that.
that's going on right now, and all of a sudden he getting good news and somebody else is getting all the bad news, y'all, this ain't looking good, because I'm going to tell y'all this. It's a possibility that he could be a target just like Tory Lanez now. Because word on the street, they are about to move Diddy from the jail to a prison. Word on the street until his October 3rd sentence. Okay? They're about to...
Pause. Let's pause. Let's tie this together. That's what we like to do here. We like to kind of tie things together that could be. We're not saying that it is, but we're saying be mindful of it, right? So if they, in fact, do send Puffy Jacket from Brooklyn House to a prison, right? If you all recall, Tory Lanez he's had what, 2 attempts on his life while being in prison? And it's being stated, it's being said, it's being speculated, whichever word you want to use to describe it, that Camel Face is behind those 2 attempts on Tory Lanez's life. So if what Miss Lowdown is actually thinking is correct, that could possibly mean that Puffy Jacket would be in danger as well in prison. That could mean that the same thing could happen to him. Oh yeah, Jenny, I forgot. Look at R. Kelly. He said Camel Face was behind that too. I forgot about that, bestie. I forgot about that. So look now. Think about it. We've already said that that's the big 3 when it comes to something like this. R. Kelly, Camel Face, Puffy Jacket. 2 of the 3 is already incarcerated. I even go back further. We mentioned the phone call that was leaked in the beginning, and Puffy Jacket was asking his child if Camel Face has called or if he's heard from him. Let's go back a step further. Let's go back before Puffy Jacket was even apprehended at the hotel in New York City. Let's go back a little further. Remember when he had that paper and he had a key? I don't know if that was his child. I'm assuming, I don't know. That's irrelevant. But he had a child with him, but he was sitting on the steps reading from a paper. And he was calling out names. Now, he's even mentioned prior to being incarcerated that if he goes down, everybody's going down. That's what he said, right? And so if he's holding true to his word, and let's say that he is still a little bitter at the fact that Camel Face didn't reach out or ghosted him basically at a time like this, what if he's upset about that? And so he decided to say, okay, Feds, I'll help y'all with this. I'll tell you this, and this about this guy, talking about Camel Face. And then you got Nicki coming at him. You got the judges coming at him finally about this whole DNA thing, paternity thing. That they, I mean, like I said, adamantly put their foot down and told him no mas. You are going to face this right now. You're going to submit that. What if all of this is going on because Puffy Jacket is snitching? Not saying that he is. Anybody that comes in, and for all my Puffy Jacket followers and supporters and crash outers, we're not saying he is. I'm just saying, what if he is? And then he goes to prison. They transfer him to the prison. That could be this. He could suffer the same thing that Tory Lanez and R. Kelly's faced. Just saying.
To move him. And when they move him, y'all, he just might be in some trouble. He might be in trouble now. Okay? And I want you to pay attention to...
It's just Grams. You said that.
Everybody start reporting that he's a hero in the jail when he came back from, court. Everybody was clapping their hands.
Okay, do your thing. We got you.
Hitters.
I got you.
I can't even name
you working.
all
Thank
the
you for
crimes
tuning in
that
while
these
you're
people
working.
have done that's in there with him right now. Okay? And they try to act as if these were some people that's out here on the streets, abiding by laws. All these people that was in there cheering for Diddy, these are criminals. So why would TMZ and all these people be reporting,
Thank you.
oh, Diddy got a standing ovation at the jail? Y'all, yeah. I think they sending Diddy off. And I think they're trying to get Diddy to let his guards down. And somebody going to get at Diddy.
Hey, I mean, I don't wish bad on nobody, but I'm just saying this is something we said this before too, right? Natty says make sure he got room for all of us. Amy, right. House party.
Diddy know a lot of secrets of a lot of people, okay, y'all? And a lot of people want him shut up right now. They want him to shut up right now. They don't trust him one way or the other. And they probably feeling some type of way for the fact that they were that close to him and he had all this stuff going on in the first place with the cameras and blackmail.
I'm going to tell you all. Oh, hold on. Jenny says, it's the transfer that's going to get him. And you know what, Bessie? I was just about to say, what if they transfer him and then, it go down, right? Like, it's Epsteining a lot right now. I'm getting a lot of those vibes. It's really Epsteining right now. Be the light. Welcome in. How you doing, brother? It's really Epsteining right now.
And allegedly, everything allegedly. Okay, y'all?
Everything
and
allegedly.
All of this stuff that he had, allegedly tapes on people, extortion, all of this stuff. And not to mention, his pawpaw was a snitch, allegedly. Okay, that's how he was taken out. Okay, y'all? This is not good news for Diddy, y'all.
Just saying.
This is gonna bring a lot of red flags. Okay, y'all? A lot of red flags is coming up right now for his inner circle of people that trust him. Just think about this. If you were, all these charges, all these people coming forth on you and this and that and that and this, and then all of a sudden now people is throwing the cases out. They dropped all of the main charges and this and that and that and this. And they got all these good reports coming out on you, and then your partner now is looking like he next in line.
Amy says allegedly it seems to be truthful.
Y'all, there just might be a
I wish I could,
in here somewhere.
I wish I could say you're not telling the truth.
There could possibly well be somebody come at Diddy while he's in that jail.
You were spot on.
Or some new information that somebody know that's close to him may drop and blow this case out the water. Okay, y'all? And when I say blow this case out
Thank
the
you,
water,
Amy. I appreciate that. Let me
he got
tag. I tag
people
that pin for you.
that did rhymes with him. He got people that
Thank you
know
for the
his
special
craft,
stickers.
just like he know theirs. Okay? Don't be surprised if something just, miraculously just pop up. And Diddy
You gotta watch yourself.
never see the light of day again. And nobody even think that he is going to when some new information pops out. Okay? Just so they can keep him where he is and get to him how they want to get to him, like they got to Tory. Okay?
And now they done found out that he's hiding money in his his twin daughters, in their name too. I'm just saying. Hey, let's give it up to Amy. Amy just reached level 8. I think that's, hold on. Yep. Level 8 in the fan club. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the level up sparks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Jenny, thank you for them finger heart. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate it, bestie. Welcome in, Christine. Michael Shores, welcome in. KLB, I see you. Welcome in. Holly,
this
welcome
is not
in.
good news.
Michael, Spartan
This is not.
835, welcome in.
His inner circle is shaking in their boots right now because they know there's some willing and dealing going on behind closed doors.
Hey, give it up to Amy. She just leveled up to number 9 in the fan club. Thank you for the level up sparks. Thank you for the tiny diny. Oh, and I did my homework. Thank you, Jenny, for the scarab. I did my homework. And thank you for using the special stickers, bestie. I did. Someone asked, is hiding money... Oh, Chriselle, how you doing? Yeah, so we talking Puffy Jacket. He's hiding. They found out he's hiding money in. He's got an account in his twin daughter's name. Let's give it up to Natty. Natty just reached number 3 gifter badge. Thank you for the let him cook. I appreciate that, Natty. I'm catching up. Amy says to Natty, oh girl, no, I do mortgage loan. Natty just got, she was the number 2 gifter badge, and then she went up to number 3, so let's give it up to her for that. Natty, she got the level up sparks. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that paper crane, Jenny. I appreciate that, bestie. Daybreak 76, welcome in. I didn't know you was in here. Good morning. Daybreak 76 says his children should be able to keep some of his money. That is their inheritance from their dad. Yeah. I don't think. I don't know if they took his money. I don't think he did lose his money, but yeah, I'm sure they do have inheritance money, trust fund money, all of that. I just think, well, if you go back to what May said you got everything in your mother's name. So one thing we can say and be 150% sure of is that you got it, Rochelle. I'm gonna pin it. You got it. You use a special sticker. They hate when you get over on them, especially when they made you. When they, and when we say that, we're talking about that elite group. When they've made you and put you in a position to where you're on top and you're successful and all of that, and then you trying to basically steal from them, yeah. They got to get some get back, right? They don't play that game. Because, see, they're the only ones that can steal from people. You get me? And if you steal from other people, that's fine. They don't care about that. But when you try to steal from them, Yeah, it's gonna be an issue. Rochelle said, "Whoop whoop." Hold on, Jenny. Jenny says yes, but it's ill-gotten from him. Yes, stealing from the artist. Right, his artists exactly. Daybreak 76 is where's Mace now? I haven't heard anything else after the video. Him and the Dipset. Uh what is his name? Cameron. Him and Cameron, they have their own podcast. So they're doing that. Yeah, that's him, Jenny. Exactly. Yeah. They doing their podcasting. It's pretty good. It moves units. They do pretty good over there.
Course right now, okay? This is not all that great news. The way that they put this report out today, they try to make it look like he had two females that I'm just saying, y'all, was charged with. The Jane Doe, whatever her name is. Y'all already know. Mm-hmm. Okay? The baby mama. Mm-hmm. Of somebody else. And then you has Cassie. Okay? This what they're reporting right now have nothing to do with Cassie or her. This got to do with another female that came forth right here. Okay? And said that he did this and that and that and this. And if I'm not mistaken,
it says, according to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the woman's claim for battery and sexual assault, negligent infliction of emotional distress has been dismissed. I don't know. So I'm not sure because the picture has him and two other females in there. Hashtag True Podcast. Good morning, my brother. Says the day is Spine Doctor Day in another class on hashtag I'm gonna say it. Hey, I hope you get good news at the doctor and welcome in for class. Jenny, thank you for the high bear. I appreciate it. And thank you for the donuts. Thank you, bestie. I'm not sure who filed the lawsuit. Because it's him. Then it says April Lampros and friend. So I don't know if it was April or if it was the friend. But so the case was dismissed. And now whichever one it is has a case.
I'm trying to remember
against him again.
There's so many I can barely keep up with.
Thank you for sharing out the live. I appreciate that, Amy.
That said that I'm not. Cause it's so many stories that came out, so I can't really tell. Okay, y'all, which one is which? But if I'm not mistaken, that this could have been the one that he took that in the studio and all of that other stuff. Maybe, okay. Or it might be the one that
in the picture where she was sitting in his lap.
He walked to the car and she had to drop down and get a brain right there at the car. Mm-hmm. This might be her. I'm not sure, but they are saying, according to new documents obtained by TMZ, of course, the women's claim for battery, mingle tingle, assault, and neglect,
Jenny, thank you for sharing out the live.
Infliction of emotional distress have been dismissed. Okay.
All right, this feels almost illegal.
Well, yeah, it is. That was on time, huh?
Trying to make it look like he's crawling away from under this pile of lawsuits right now. There's a light at the end of this tunnel. Okay, y'all?
What's good with you, my brother?
I told y'all when I did the numerology, and numerology has been spot on, especially for people that live by numerology. Okay, y'all? It says this is the end for Diddy. I don't know how it's going to come, but it could come from any direction.
When she says end, I don't know, because that could be so many things. Amy said, hashtag best podcast, hashtag I'm going to say it. Thank you. Thank you so much, best. I appreciate it. Thank you. She said, hashtag Diddy stories. The end. Does she mean the end as if he's going to do prison time? Well, the end as in the end, the big end, the ultimate end, the eternal end. Like, so what does she mean by this could be the end? I know she's just giving her perspective or thoughts. But I'm saying, though, it could go either way. Rochelle said, right, life, career, what? Yeah, like,
Telling y'all this now.
I don't know. Could it
could
be?
come from any direction. And to me, they playing with his
Could it be
emotions right
career?
now.
Like, I don't
trying
know.
to make it seem like, you know, he getting somewhere and he
Princess
crawling
K
with him up
says
out of there.
end, meaning no more money.
But he's not.
Okay, I could take that.
But he's not.
I could take. And it's just Graham says doesn't matter. Just let it be the end of his evilness. A Princess K says no one is going to touch him. Okay. I mean, we're not wishing that on if that's what you're thinking. We're not wishing any harm on anybody. No one is going to give in and of his businesses. I don't know. I'm Princess K. I don't know what you meant by that. No one is going to give in and of his businesses. Natty says, okay, laugh out loud. Rochelle says, maybe he will find Jesus. That would be good. That would be good. Princess K, okay, she restated it. No one is going to touch any of his businesses. Oh, yeah. His brand is over. Okay, yeah. It's all right, Princess K. I got you now. I see what you're saying. It happens to me too. Don't worry. You're good. Amy said he needs Jesus for real. And I am in agreement with they all. It's so vital that people understand that this is only temporary. The world we're in right now is like, it's like class. It's like one big slumber party, right? Like it's not. This is not where we're going to be permanently. Like I wish people would understand that and try to get right. I mean, as much as possible. Like understand we're still going to make mistakes. Hey, good morning, little mama. Welcome in to hashtag I'm going to say it. Well, I'm just saying. I wish.
They can convict him on a couple of the people. And
Amy says they need to get their life right.
If
that
it was
part.
Throughout everybody else, okay? They can convict him on some of these other charges that's coming forth right now, including, y'all, spreading them packages. Okay, y'all? Word on the street. People have gone to prison for that. And word on the street is, this is a part of it too. Okay, y'all? So stay tuned because I'm telling y'all, it is about to hit the fan. Okay? Now, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. On the other
Rochelle,
hand,
yes.
he's getting bad news.
We pray daily for forgiveness.
And right, and Nicki Minaj is celebrating, y'all. She said he owes her money, okay? Not only do he owe her money, but his artist, Nasty Brown, owes her money, okay? She tried to help Nasty Brown, and Nasty Brown tried to come for her, y'all. Calling herself being loyal to Jay-Z. So she had to check her and check Jay-Z. Y'all, it's about to go down. So Nicki Minaj been posting left and right. Is it me or is Jay,
Natty,
Meg, and Rock Nation
she
crumbling?
giving camel face.
This is what she's
business
posting.
On social media.
She's not letting up, y'all.
She's not letting up.
50 Cent is not letting up. It's a lot of stuff that's not letting. Them feds ain't letting up on Jay-Z.
Listen. Yesterday evening, I was just like, reading her stuff, I'm like, for real? Yes, Natty, she telling everybody, ain't nobody safe. If you did something in the industry and Nicki was there, you stand a better chance just coming out and telling on yourself because she gonna tell it. Natty said, I was clutching my pearls. Yeah. I was like, look, I was like, wait, they did that? I'm like, man, look, and she going harder than most of the dudes in the industry.
These investigations is not letting up on Jay-Z. It's going down, okay? Now, academics posted this because Nicki Minaj posted this, okay? What was the name of that law again? Karma's law. Touch not my anointed law. Vengeance is the Lord's law. We give God the glory, and He's only just began. Okay, y'all. I keep telling y'all, Nicki Minaj is fed up with they bull crap. And when
All right, so academics put the judge has denied Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion motion to dismiss a lawsuit where her I can't say that on here because they're probably but can we spell on here? Will we get in trouble for spelling? Do we get okay. When boy on boy, man on man, woman on woman, okay, sexual, cameraman claims the twerker forced him to watch her have a freak off car smacks with a woman inside a moving car while on tour in Ibiza, Spain in 2022. Judge Wood says the cameraman, who is gray, plausibly pleads that the alleged sexual encounter in the SUV in Ibiza created a hostile work environment based on plaintiff's sexual orientation. And then it says Megan Thee Stallion, Rock Nation can't dismiss cameraman's lawsuit over alleged car smacks incident. A federal judge says the salacious lawsuit sets forth adequate discrimination and retaliation claims and can move forward. Man, yeah, hashtag true podcasters, and these are the days of our musical lives. That is so accurately stated. Amy says, right to hashtag true podcast. Natty's giving them laughing emojis. Yeah, it's crumbling.
she first came in the industry, she dealt with that and she was doing what they were telling her to do, and then she stopped. Okay? It's a difference if you still doing this, satanic stuff, but she stopped. She became a mom, and she realized that the industry wasn't about what they were about, okay? And she backed away from Diddy and all of them, and Jay-Z and all of this mess. She says, have a blessed day. If you can, Lord have mercy. Laugh out loud. The blogs post and last. Thank you. More money for me. We're working. Trust, okay? And this is what was posted up. The judge has denied Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion motion to dismiss a lawsuit where her, Mingle Tingle cameraman, Sweat and Skittler,
Mingle Tingle.
cameraman claims that the twerker forced him to watch her have a Mingle Tingle session in the car with another woman inside a moving car while on tour, okay, in Spain in 2022. And Judge Wood says the cameraman, who is, sweating Skittles, okay,
Judy said it's because the industry put a ton of money into Megan.
Pleads that the alleged Mingle Tingle
Facts, it all tied back, right?
In the SUV.
Amy says it went down so many rabbit holes.
Created
I went down so many rabbit holes.
Environment based on
it takes you down there.
Orientation. Okay, y'all?
Because things started to connect.
Down, y'all. A federal judge says the salacious lawsuit sets forth adequate discrimination and retaliation claims and can move forward, y'all. Okay? This is not the first bad news for Megan Thee Stallion, y'all. Because word on the street is she's catching it too right now. Word on the street is Tory's coming home, y'all. This is what I'm hearing all over the place.
Hey, if so.
Even his father is posting that his son will be home soon. Okay?
Get him up out of there.
He said the evidence and everything is undeniable that they have right now. That he did not do what they said he did.
Natty said it's easy to do, Amy. Just leave a crumb trail to find your way home. It gets scary down there. Hey, back. That's real spill.
So, y'all, when I tell you, Things are just getting started. They're just getting started. And she's upset. Oh, she's upset. And she's going to even be even more upset when Tory walk up out of there. Okay, y'all?
She's talking about
Because
Megan
Tory
Thee
going to
Stallion.
have some stories to tell when he get up out of there. Okay? He was moved to another prison and all of that stuff. And they keeping an eye on him now.
Nah.
Okay? They're keeping an eye on Tory now so that he won't be being touched or whatever that went down last time won't go down where he's at right now. Y'all, this is not looking good for Jay-Z. This is not looking good for Megan Thee Stallion. All of this stuff. Everything, their whole world, just like Nicki Minaj said, is crumbling all around them right now as we speak. Okay?
It really is.
His CEO of his...
Stop buying generic Viagra if you have.
Come on, commercials. Why?
This Desiree, they're accusing her of putting paws on her own daughter, y'all. Okay? They're coming for her as well. And see, one thing about coming for your right hand, that's your partner in your business, I'm just saying, y'all, she might mess around, y'all. Okay? And I'm just saying, start snitching on Jay-Z just to get a lighter sentence with her, with her daughter situation. Because what she did...
Okay, this says, wow, Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez is allegedly abusive. Her daughter, Damori, claims her mother held her against her will and was her. This so sad. This, I think they meant this is. Okay. This so sad. This not the actions of a concerned mother. Justice for them and Damori. Justice the Hadleys. And the headline says Nicki Minaj calls out in capital letters Rock Nation. Damori Hadley, and then in capital letters it says exposes Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez. I think we knew about that, though.
To her daughter, she broke so many laws in her daughter's husband. She broke so many laws.
Oh, okay.
Y'all. And when somebody gets in trouble and
Rochelle
they know
said she
somebody
might.
else's dirt,
FAFO.
the
True.
majority of the
Jenny
time,
said Desiree worked
if
for
they got
the grandmother
some good
of
dirt
Cola
on that other
and Snitch.
person, the fans will hear them
Princess
out.
K says, I hate that people are blaming
Nicki
the
Minaj
victims like
posted this up as well.
they haven't been mentally
When I
manipulated.
tell y'all
That
it's
part,
going
Princess
down,
K.
it's going down. She's not playing. Okay? Nicki Minaj said enough is enough. He cheated her out of her money. She invested in his company, and he didn't give her anything out of it, y'all. He cheated her, and they're saying he owed her $200 million. I don't know how much he owed her, but this is what they're saying. Okay? That he owes her $200 million. And he tried to dodge her like he do everybody else. If he don't want to pay it, he don't pay it.
Okay, so like we were saying earlier, so this is the correct date, July 18th. So Jay-Z, Camel Face is trending because the judge has granted Ramir request to move forward with his case, and the judge has demanded Camel Face to respond to Ramir paternity lawsuit by July 18th. So I said 15th or 18th, so it's the 18th.
Word on the street. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't around them. But this is what is being put out there right now. Now, this is another post that Nicki is saying, oh, is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. I hope all is well. To God be the glory. Lord have mercy, y'all. I'm loving this new Nicki Minaj, y'all. I am loving
and then Nicki Minaj
right
commented
now. I
on
told
50 Cent's
y'all.
post.
Did I put it out there for you? Was I the first person that put it out there to tell y'all that this case had moved forward? Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Ramir request to move forward with his case, and the judge has demanded Jay-Z to respond to Ramir paternity lawsuit by July the 18th. So next week you better get it together because
Need 61.
Today is
Because victim blaming needs to stop.
Okay, Jay-Z,
I agree.
You better get that DNA ready.
I agree.
You better get it ready. Because the judge, they coming for that DNA. And word on the street is it's going to be deeper than him just finding out if this is his father. Because word on the street is, y'all, she was not of age when she got pregnant. And some people were saying 1 to the 6, but I'm telling y'all, when the original story came out, which was years ago, and I've been keeping up with this, okay? They said she was 1-5, y'all. 1-5 when it took place. Now, she might have turned 1-6 when she had the baby. She might have just had turned 1-6. But when the actual do took place, 1-5, y'all.
Mingle, tingle,
1-5.
and
This is the
do-do-do.
original of the story. And I keep telling y'all that people keep posting it.
Right, Amy.
and
She says the young man
y'all
looks just
saying
like
something
identical.
else. But no.
Identical.
I've been
Me
watching
61
this.
said,
I've been
OMG,
sitting back,
that part.
keeping up, and it was 1-5 from the start. Okay, I had
So
the
he was
paperwork. I still have all the
21,
paperwork from the
22,
courts
23, somewhere
and
there.
everything with Ramir.
And she
okay,
was
y'all?
15?
And it was 1-5 when she probably gave birth to him. That's probably when she turned 1-6, and maybe that's why they were putting that on there. But
Jenny
no,
says,
y'all,
yeah,
she was 1
at
to
least
the 5.
Ramir will get
Word on
justice
street.
for his
And
mom.
Nicki Minaj
His mama. Yeah,
I'm
true.
telling you, she basking in it.
Amy,
Okay, y'all?
yes. Amy said
She's
those
not
jeans
playing
run
at all,
deep.
and I don't
Yeah,
blame
very.
her.
I mean,
If
he's
you
got
owe
his
Nicki
entire
money,
face.
give her her money. Instead of giving her money, which is a lot of money. If he owes her $200
And the
million,
thing about
that's
it
a lot
is,
of money.
like I said,
And now it makes sense to why.
yeah, we got to
want
speak in
Nicki
codes. You're
Minaj
right.
out
You're
the
right.
way.
You're right.
Now
You're
it
right,
makes
Amy.
sense because I kept saying, why would
He
somebody
wouldn't.
keep calling the police on her and saying that certain things is going on at her house, and then when they get there,
Hold on.
some of the money, which is a lot of money, if she
Hold on.
gave birth to him, that's probably when she turned 1-6, and maybe that's why they were putting that on there. But oh no, y'all, she was 1 to the 5. Word on street. And Nicki Minaj is, I'm telling you, she basking in it. Okay, y'all, she's not playing at all, and I don't blame her. If you owe Nicki money, give her her money. Instead of giving her money, which is a lot of money. If he owes her $200
Jenny
million,
says rock.
that's a lot of money.
Like Rock Nation, Rockefeller.
And now it
Who
makes
else goes
sense
by
to
Rock?
why he want Nicki Minaj out the
True.
way. And now it makes sense to, because I kept saying, why would somebody keep calling the police on her and saying that certain things is going on at her house, and then when they get there, some of the times that they had called the police on her, she wasn't even at home. There was nobody
Yeah, she was
there.
out of the country one time. I know for
And
sure.
I knew it had to be something behind that. Now, I don't know if it's 100% true that Jay-Z has something to do with it, but it sounds about right. I'm just going to say that. Why not do this to her and you owe her $200 million? Word on the street. Why wouldn't he not do it? That's what him and his partners are about. Take that. If they owe somebody, they
Niecy
don't
says he
want
wants
to
child
pay him,
support.
they
Hit
don't
him
wanna pay
hard.
his
If his
own
DNA
artist,
shows
Rihanna,
it's his
had
child.
wrote a song saying,
I
"B
hope
better
he
have
get
my
all that
money,"
back pay.
y'all.
Princess Cases, I wonder
And
if
she ain't trying to
B
do nothing
will
for him
divorce him
anymore when
to
it comes
save
to
her
music.
money if they come after him.
So, y'all,
I think
they
B
don't
want
like
to be
to
gone
pay
from him
word on the
already.
street.
So yeah, I would
And
think
word on
so.
the street is they like to take that, but they don't like to pay.
Got safety
Yeah,
protocols?
that scared me. Prince niece Adrian says in niece 61, he said he's not asking for money. Yeah, he told him that in the beginning, like he didn't want he just want to know. He don't want any money. I don't know if things have changed now since then, and I don't know if the judge or the court, if it does come back that he is the father, I don't know. The court may just tell him, hey, since you've been running and dodging this long, go ahead and give him that. Amy says she should be, she should have been left. She should have been left. Talking about B. Okay, I got you. And I am not a fan of her. I'm with you. Cypher. Welcome in, Cypher. Cypher says, time for all to be exposed. Get that money, period. I agree with Cypher. W Cypher in the live. That is true. The industry is falling down.
I believe everything she's saying, to be honest with y'all. And I'm so happy that she came from under all that satanic mess that she was pushing it at first. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Nicki is all right in my book from this point on. I'm just going to throw that out there, okay, y'all? It's a matter of growing. And a lot of people, and I say this all the time, when some people have kids, the things they used to do, they don't do anymore. I am
That's facts.
there, y'all.
That's
I'm just saying. Before my son, I stayed in trouble. Okay? Stayed in trouble, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I wasn't really getting in trouble. But, hanging with the wrong people, you will get in
Rochelle said
trouble.
mine
Okay?
too. Yeah, yeah.
Most of the time that I got in
Become a
trouble, it was
parent, man.
really, I was just defending my own
You see
self.
things
Okay?
completely differently.
But I still hung around the wrong crowds.
Completely
And
different.
the crowds I was hanging around did not really care for me like that. And this is why I try to tell people, leave them street association crap alone, because people so fake and phony, it doesn't make sense.
Jenny says, but
Okay,
now
they
it's
act like in
the
your face they like
influencers
you,
that's
but
going to
behind closed
replace
doors, they try
Hollywood.
to line you up or
Amy
whatever,
says,
whatever,
Cat
talk
Williams
about
said
you
the
behind your
truth
back.
will come
This is
to
what,
light,
I
and he was
experienced,
right.
and so
He
many
was
others,
right
y'all.
on the
So
money,
many
right?
others.
Right on the target.
So when you are
and the
grown,
thing about it is,
that's a good thing.
he had to go through his trials and tribulations with the higher ups too, and then he started spreading the truth, and so I don't. Some people try to even discredit what he was saying and saying that he was part of it. DJ Zay says, "I'll post your cousin Whitney." Oh, I gotta go see it after the show. I'll be on your page for sure. I'll definitely come check that out because I want to see what song you pick. I want to see her. I appreciate that. Princess K says, "Is the lady taking a recording you're listening to?" Oh, is the lady talking a recording you listening to? No, this is her live. This is from her live, and I'm just playing it back and just commenting on it. But yeah, she's our own content creator. Her name is Miss MS Miss Lowdown. I actually came across her right after the Diddy verdict, and she shared the same perspective I had on how other content creators was doing or was treating Tisa Tales, but the way she was calling it, she does it just like we're gonna call it down the middle. I mean, it's just got to be what it is down the middle, whether we like it or not. It's got to be down the middle, and so she did that, and so I started following her, and she was calling out Tough News TV about how he was acting, and I felt the same way. And I ended up unsubscribing to Tough News TV. Tough News TV? Yeah, I unsubscribed to him. You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that, Nee61. I think she's a great content creator, and she's real. That's a big thing too about doing this. I like people that's real. Just be real with it, because I mean, what do we got to lose? And on top of that, if you're genuine and you're real, your audience and your viewers are gonna feel that. They're gonna know. So I just rather keep it a $150, and that's what she does.
When you're not doing the same thing you're doing when you first started doing
Thank you for
something.
you're awesome,
And Nicki Minaj
Jenny.
was
I
not doing the
appreciate
same
it.
thing that she was doing at first.
Oh, and thank you for
And
the love
can
you
tell
so much.
It had a little tight hold on her at first because she was pushing this stuff forward.
Thank
She
you
got
for the
that baby
goat.
and settled
I
down,
appreciate
and
that,
she
Jenny.
ain't studying that mess no more. She's speaking about God. And of course they not gonna like the fact that she.
Thank you for that friendship necklace. Necklaces. You said 4. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bessie. I do. We make a great team. I appreciate that. Now, the thing that scares me about Nicki doing this, though, I'm all for it. Now, wait a minute, because I don't want to say that, and then y'all be looking at me side eye like, are you good over there? I'm all for people finding the Lord and changing their lives, and doing the right thing and choosing to follow the Lord. So I'm not knocking her for that. I'm eternally grateful for her doing that. But what I'm saying is, I fear for her life, because a lot of people who have decided to go against what the machine wants them to put out, it usually doesn't turn out good in their favor. Rest in power, Julio Fulio. That brother wanted to rap about positive things. and they wanted him to continue rapping about degrading women, D-rugs in the neighborhood. And he didn't want to do that. And they got him. They sent people. You know.
He is. I'm just saying, y'all. Of course. Okay? When people don't like certain things, this is what, they do. They come for you. When they can't control you, they come for you.
See?
And this is what's going on with this whole situation. My personal opinion with Jay-Z and this whole situation with Nicki Minaj and stuff, okay? I don't think that they were going to ever be close like that in the first place. Nicki Minaj is very pretty. She's very talented, y'all. And she's headstrong because they can't just make her do things.
Jenny says MC Hammer. They wanted him to do some dirt, but he wouldn't.
She ain't just going along with it just to fit in.
Sure did.
She could care less if she fit in with them anymore. And I like that. And they don't like that, y'all.
You got to realize, too, how they're going to look at it. They're going to look at it like this. Okay, we took you out of that restaurant where you was being a waitress at, right? We took you out of that restaurant. We put you in a position to where you made millions of dollars. How dare you decide to think for yourself and go against what we stand for? That's the part that I'm afraid of.
Okay, she know a lot of secrets too in the industry. Believe that, okay? She went to the Diddy.
Jenny, I just said the same thing. You're telling our secrets and exposing the machine. Yes.
Prom date or something with Diddy's son.
That doesn't end well for people.
She knows a lot, y'all. She does. And for her to back away from them, I'm just saying, y'all, I wonder what she found out about them that made her put her foot down and say, I'm done with both of them. Okay, y'all? Because they even had her investing in their companies. And they still snaked her on that money. So, y'all, when I tell you Shoulda hitting the fan right now, and somebody to me is snitching, and I think that snitching ain't gonna do him no good. My personal opinion. I don't think P. Diddy snitching is going to help him. I think he's going to be a target in the streets. If he is snitching, that's if he's snitching, because from the looks of it, it looked like he is. You don't crawl from under a pile like that for nothing. Okay, y'all? You don't have this many victims, y'all. And you're just crawling out, dodging this and dodging that. It ain't no way, y'all. And it was weird today for them going to court today. And his lawyers act as if, they ain't worried about nothing. They ain't trying to, get him out early or get the sentence early. That was weird that they didn't fail back like that. You got a dream team on your hand. And you mean to tell me you couldn't get out early? There's something going on, y'all. Something is definitely going on. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned, because I got a feeling.
Imagine being able to build anything.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to be good, y'all. And it's going to be juicy. Okay, y'all? I got a feeling that Diddy think he's doing a flip-flop. He's going to let Jay-Z, switch places with him. You know that movie, Trading Places?
Yeah.
Y'all. I think in his mind, he feel like he's going to do that. But before Jay-Z let him take him down, Jay-Z going to come with something I'm just saying, his little bag of tricks on him. So this is going to be a snake situation, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, somebody is talking. But the talking, my personal opinion, ain't going to do them no good. Because what they have on Diddy, the person that allegedly he's talking and telling on, he has just as much dirt on him as he has on him.
Yeah.
So they both might end up in there, y'all. They both might end up in there right now. And this is gonna be so
hey, Auntie
funny,
Courtney.
y'all. It's gonna be
Miss
hilarious.
MS.
I gotta pull out
Lowdown.
my gematria now, because I haven't been doing my gematria lately. But I'm curious right now. What is going on? The last time I put in Diddy and talked about gematria, it was saying that this was the end for him, y'all. So it ain't no coming away from all of this stuff. It might look like it from the outside, but something else is going on behind closed doors. And in a minute, one gonna know the other one is snitching until giving out some information. Okay, y'all? And it is gonna be a doozy when they find out and they come back at them. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Shout out to Nicki Minaj.
Facts.
Y'all. To the victims, stay strong because we all still rocking with you, okay?
Facts.
Stay strong because it's not over, okay?
All right, so that's the end of that. But the thing is, it's funny, not funny, but funny. As all of this is going on, all I can think and remember is the video where Puffy Jacket had on, and some of you may have seen it, but where Puffy Jacket had on that perm wig and had on that red lipstick, and he was saying,
Female voice.
Sean is the only one that can call me Sean. He can call me Sean. Him and my mama, they the only ones that can refer to me as Sean. You understand, baby?
that's all. And then he was flipping his hair like, dude got problems. Dude got problems. I'm not here. I'm just, man. That's all I can think about. That's all I can think about because in Kim Porter's book, she said that they weren't hunching in bed together. In the phone call that was leaked, he only asked about Camel Face. And like I said, in between all of that, he was here in Atlanta and he got, thank you for that hand heart. I appreciate that. Thank you. MP2MP. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. He was here in Atlanta, man, and he had that permed out wig with that deep red lipstick. And he said it. If it's a lie, he told it.
Female voice.
Sean is the only one that can call me Sean. Sean. I'm Sean, he's Sean. Him and my mama are the only ones that can refer to me as Sean. You understand that, baby?
That's all I see. Ew. Ew. But still, that's all I see. Listen, and when I say ew, look, to each his own. I have friends that are that way, and I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. But here's the difference with this. My friends that are that way, they don't try to play like they some other way. And I love them for that. And I'll protect them if we are out and anybody picks on them for that, upside the head. You get me? You're not fixing to pick on them or talk about them because of their preferences. Everybody deserves the right to love somebody. Now, is it right or wrong in the eyes of God? You can read the Bible, so you know. But that's not for me to judge. That's for him. That's for our Lord and Savior to do. But that's all I can see with Puffy Jacket. You get me? That's man, y'all got to see that. That's woo. All right. So sticking with Camel Face. We're gonna go on to segment 2, and this is the final segment for the day. Once again, thank you all for joining me and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I love our time together. But let's stick with Camel Face. I mean, he's already getting in enough trouble, so we might as well just go ahead and help him out. And I said that in a very, very sarcastic manner, okay? But before we do that, let's give it up to MP2MP. She just reached fan level number 4. Okay, so now let's go into the second segment. And the reason why I selected this was shout out to Culture Cover. When I was listening to it, and I didn't finish it all, but while I was listening to it, I was thinking, if Camel Face could do this to somebody who tried to help put him on, and first, before I even finished that, shout out to Big Daddy Kane. He is a hip hop pioneer, a hip hop legend. So I had little brother, you made it in. How you doing? I have nothing but the utmost respect for Big Daddy Kane. But if Amy said he sure is, like, I mean, come on, like, you know, he's like the foundation, one of the pieces of the foundation when it comes to hip hop, right? And so I'm thinking, if he tried to help get Camel Face put on, and Camel Face basically betrayed him as well, we just gonna come on. If he did that, then I do believe that he did. I believe what's in Kim Porter's book, alleged book, however y'all want. I'm gonna say book. I'm tired of the alleged when it comes to that, because so many things she stated in there we've already seen. So the things that was said in Kim Porter's book, as far as Camel Face telling Puffy Jacket that Notorious B.I.G. was leaving him. And so I do believe that he's in cahoots with Puffy Jacket when it comes to the unaliving of Notorious B.I.G. And she's going to mention it's going to be mentioned in here kind of why. So when we get to that point, I'm going to put a pin in it, and we're going to come back to here, and we're going to talk about it, all right? Amy said, and that's real facts. I do believe that, sweetheart. I do that with my whole heart. I believe that. I do. And she covers why. Or put it like this. She makes a statement that could give us insight on why that is probably true, more than likely.
Now, once he got on, did he ever reach back to you?
Yeah, Jay had me come and do Summer Jam with him one year. I think that was the time when he had that.
Me and Pac went in the
Amy
studio.
says I do, and it makes the most logical sense. Exactly.
And
it does.
Then them little dudes. Outlaws. Yeah. Outlaws. They came, like, as soon as we got there, they came up to Pac talking about, yo, Lauryn Hill dissed you, Mobb Deep dissed you.
It's true. Tupac, he really had an issue with Jay-Z. He really didn't like him then.
Not at all. I think that if Pac was alive, it would have been a whole different story. And as much money as Jay-Z has, he still hasn't accomplished what Tupac accomplished before he was at 25 years old.
Big Daddy Kane just said something about Jay-Z and Tupac that nobody saw coming. And let's just say that the story we've been told is not the full picture. As you probably know, Kane helped put Jay-Z on and gave him his big break. That's not even up for debate. Jay was opening for Kane, freestyling on stage, rapping in his crew cypher. But as Jay got bigger, Kane's name started to disappear from the narrative. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Kane's comments also connect back to Tupac, because while Kane was opening doors for Jay-Z in the East, Pac was firing warning shots, calling out the industry, calling out fake players, and yes, throwing shade at Jay. So what is Kane really saying? Did Jay-Z take more than just inspiration from him and Pac? And did he build his legacy by stepping over theirs and never looking back? Let's break it down.
Hold up. Hey, Tupac. When I heard that, I was like, what? Now, and just as a music head in general, like I said before, and I continue saying it, I like all kinds of music. If you ride in the car with me, I will have you in your feelings, and you won't even know what you feel. Because I'll start you off with Frank Sinatra and then have you at Pac. You understand? I have you at I'll have you at Lincoln Park and that. And bring you some big. Yeah, I'll have you everywhere. And I'll have some Whitney in the middle. I'll have some Tony Brad. You don't know. Your feelings will be, you don't know what to do. Cry, fight. You don't know. By the time you get home or get out the car with me, you just going to tell everybody, don't talk to me. Don't just, because I don't know what I'm feeling right now, okay? All right? I might knock you out, but I might hug you too. I don't know. Just leave me alone. All right? Let me calm down. Let me work this out for myself. You know? Rap God Thanos, welcome in, brother. You know, that's me. I'm a music lover, you know? And so this is where this is coming from. My next comment is coming from. So if Camel Face was already under, right, Adrian? True music lover, through and through. You got it. If Camel Face was already under the tutelage of Big Daddy Kane, Amy says, I was cooking the Tupac yesterday in the kitchen. See what I'm saying? Look, you don't listen. You know? If he was already under the learning tree of Big Daddy Kane, like, why not stay there? You already in hip hop greatness. You are already right there next to hip hop greatness. Why not just stay on that trend? All right, let's go. Before I say the next thing, let's go. Let's get to that part.
Pac is a lyricist.
Come on. Of course, a commercial would come up because we into it. Well, you know, what would be any different?
It's just that he's not one of those lyrical MCs that spit stuff, but his stuff is, he spit deep lyrics that touch your soul.
When Jay-Z was still an unknown MC in the early 90s, Big Daddy Kane stepped in and took Jay on tour during his Chocolate City run, letting him spit freestyles on stage while Kane changed outfits. And it wasn't just stage time. Kane also helped shop Jay-Z's demo, recording several tracks and sending them to major labels. And based on what Kane said, it wasn't easy to sell Jay-Z because labels simply didn't like his style.
Jay-Z, I heard that no one really wanted to sign him when you was shopping him around the record labels. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was,
he raps, Tupac raps true,
I don't know,
says. Facts.
90, 91 maybe. We was, you know, we recorded some songs, probably about 4 or 5 songs on Jay-Z, and shopped them to several different record labels, and they all passed.
And while those labels passed, Kane still believed Jay would eventually grow into his own, and he was right. But here's where the narrative gets tricky. Kane's influence on Jay's early, fast-paced, smooth, yet aggressive flow is undeniable. But Jay-Z's later interviews, documentaries, and public narratives paid little attention to this formative relationship. In his memoir, Decoded, Jay-Z does acknowledge learning pacing and stagecraft from Kane, but there's no deep gratitude or repeated homage, just a brief nod. And Kane noticed this silence. There were even rumors that Jay's line on Do It Again, Put Your Hands Up, was a diss at Kane. Jay raps, I seen the same ish happen to Kane. 3 cuts in your eyebrows trying to wild out. As you all know, Kane was known for shaving 3 lines into his eyebrows as part of his signature style. And that,
bro, let me stop this real quick and say this. Hold on. Jenny says Camel Face was behind Biggie. Otherwise, he'd never gotten to his spot. Stay right there, bestie. Stay right there. Because that's what I was going to go into. But I'm saying, hold on. Let's just, hold on. I'm going to let y'all hear it. And when it gets to that part, we're going to put a pin in it, and then we're going to talk about it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Princess K says, and you never see Kane around Jay. Dang. At least put him in your video once in a while. Yeah, pay homage. Exactly. Rochelle says, I shaved mine completely off. She said, 3, forget it. Listen, hey, the fact that he even tried dissing or took the time to diss Big Daddy. You know what? I'm going to say something that I've caught flack for, and I'm probably going to catch flack for it saying it now. However, I do believe in staying true to myself. And so by me staying true to myself, I am going to say it again. And here's what I want to say. Camel Face sucks as a rapper. He's not good. Never was good. He's got a few hot songs. But let me say this. Majority of his lyrics is stolen from Big anyways, right? Amy, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Thank you, bestie. Amy says we have the best crew here. Hey, I agree. I love y'all. This family is, I love it. I love everything that it encompasses, like, for real. I look forward to our moments and our times together in the morning. Jay isn't a good rapper. Never has been a good rapper. He bites from other people. Jenny says, yep, Cameron and Swagger Jacker. Exactly. Cameron was even better than him. And I'm going to tell you what Camel Face did. Here's who I want to come out and say something. The Broad Street Bully. I need the Broad Street Bully to come out and speak. Because you remember, and he says him and B, they are horrible singers. Exactly, they are. I always said it. Love, I've always said it. Kelly Rowland was the best in Destiny's Child. I'll argue anybody on that. And Jay he's just not good. He's not good. Jenny says the way he did Cam and DMX is diabolical. Exactly. And the way he did the Broad Street Bully. I want him to come out. And those of you who don't know who the Broad Street Bully is, I am talking about Beans. I'm talking about the Benny Siegel. I'm talking about Philly's illest. That's who I'm talking about. He needs to come out and say something. I want him to speak, and I'm going to tell you why. If you go back on one of his songs where he was dissing Camel Face, it's just a little bit of words that he said in his lyrics that got me wanting to know more about what he's talking about. And the Broad Street Bully said this right here to Camel Face. I know things are easy. I don't know if he said I know things or I seen things. I think he might have said I seen things. But anyways, he said that'll make B look at you sideways. I was like, and understand when this resurfaced, this guy who worked on the set of a movie, Girl Fight. I think it was a movie. It's a movie or it was a music video. One of them. In any event, it's Girl Fight. And it's a movie. And he was like a camera guy, something like that. But anyways, on the location they was filming at, there was some more businesses. And this was in, it's a district in New York. I want to say call it the meat packing district. Something, I don't know. But listen, there's companies next to where they were filming at, right? And so they were on break from filming, and he goes outside, and the guy who owns one of the businesses next to the location they was filming at, he came out and he was just talking to him, and he told the dude that was a camera guy on the set, he told him, he's like, yeah, you know, sometimes Camel Face come through here and scoop up, because this district, I think it's called the meat packing district in New York City, because he was saying that the Transformers, get me, everybody's with me, Transformers, they walk the streets there. And he was telling him, yeah, Camel Face come through here all the time. He picks up the Transformer. And the guy that's the cameraman was like, what? You lying. Like, no. And so as they were talking, a few minutes later, lo and behold, in the sidekick, this back in the 90s. So the sidekick pulls up, and the guy in it is Camel Face. And he does pick up one of the Transformer streetwalkers. So I'm with you, Amy. Makes sense. Right, Jenny? Like Eddie Murphy. You know? Hey, I'm just saying.
That line can easily sound like a sly diss to Big Daddy Kane, even if Jay never confirmed it. Kane was iconic for his 3 eyebrow slits, a style statement that became part of his brand in the late 80s and early 90s. By the late 90s, Kane's commercial star had faded, and younger rappers were taking over. So when Jay, who once looked up to Kane and was even mentored by him, delivered that line in a cold, dismissive tone on Do It Again, it came off to some as mockery. Angie Martinez also reportedly made a comment on her show that it was a diss, which fed the rumor mill, although Kane later brushed it off publicly. And then add that to Jay-Z's well-known jealousy. Jay admitted he studied Kane closely backstage, but as Jay transformed into the gangster hustler persona, Kane stepped back so Jay could craft his own identity. And now, years later, Kane wonders if Jay let him out of the picture too deliberately.
I remember actually having a record deal through a production deal with someone else, and
We are not a traditional cafe. We're completely unconventional.
then the next thing you know, someone else on the label blew up.
But here's the thing. Kane wasn't alone. Around the same time that Kane was stepping back, Tupac was stepping up. And he was already calling out the exact kind of industry games Kane is now
Angel,
hinting
thank you
at.
for that
Pac
heart
saw the
me.
shift
I
from
appreciate
artists
that.
with
Thank you.
substance and style to a new breed of
Thank you for
rappers
joining
chasing
us.
image, money, and power. And one name that
Thank you for the
started
Go
popping up was
Populars.
Jay-Z.
I appreciate
Back in the day,
that, Bessie.
there were a lot of rumors flying around that Jay-Z felt threatened by Tupac. Like, deep down.
Amy, thank you for them roses. I appreciate that, love. And thank you for the goat. Thank you for the finger heart. Thank you. Amy, you so sweet. Thank you for the roses. Hey, Amy, boy, you making me blush over here. Y'all got me blushing. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the love. Angel says, I've been in hiding since the verdict, laugh out loud. Got me mad. Hey, I understand. I get it. I get it. But you know what? Oh, Amy, thank you for the marvelous confetti. Give it up. W, Amy in the live. W, Jenny in the live, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those club cheers. I appreciate that, Amy. Yeah, Angel, we with you, girl. We rocking with you. Like, it made us mad, too. But find solace in knowing that it's not over. It's still not over.
And one name that started popping up was Jay-Z. Back in the day, there were a lot of rumors flying around that Jay-Z felt threatened by Tupac. Like, deep down, he knew he couldn't match Pac's charisma. Because as sharp as Jay was with the wordplay, Pac had the raw presence and untouchable it factor that most rappers just can't teach. And things eventually boiled over. Jay and Pac actually had real beef right before Pac died. And it all kicked off when Jay teamed up with Biggie to throw jabs at the West Coast. Jay and Big, both from Bed-Stuy, started getting close in the early 90s. And in 96...
Pause. That's a lie. All right? That's a lie. I want to make sure we keep everybody straight. Biggie and Camel Face are not from the same part of Brooklyn. Biggie is from Do or Die Bed-Stuy. And Camel Face is from Marcy. Okay? She got that wrong. It's okay. It's okay. You know, we get into the story and...
They dropped Brooklyn's Finest, one of the standout tracks on Jay's Reasonable Doubt. But that collab lit the fuse. Irv Gotti, who was working closely with Jay at the time, later said he warned him not to put Biggie on that track. The East Coast-West Coast beef was already out of control, and Irv knew that adding fuel to the fire could backfire fast.
You got to go back to Brooklyn's Finest. I was dead set against it. I was telling Jay, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And he was like, why? And I was just like, he's too strong. I said, but before we take over...
I don't even... Pause. Yeah, R.I.P. to Irv. That's right, Jenny. But listen what... Shout out to Irv, man. Amy, thank you for the roses, love. Thank you for that goat. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Aw, thank you for the let him cook. You know, I'm going to try to do what I can do, you know. Try to cook up something for you. I wanted to pause right there because that's funny. Oh, yeah, we cooking. We cooking. You got that right, Amy. That's what we do over here, right? The funny thing about it is that Irv told him, Widow Love 33, how you doing? Irv said, I told Camel Face. Amy said, hashtag best live. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. He said, I told Camel Face not to do it. Tiffany, Widow Love 33, thank you all for the heart me's. I appreciate it. And Tiffany, thank you for that Go Popular. Thank you, love. How are you doing? He said, I told Camel Face not to do it. Do not put Big on that song. And then he goes and says, Camel Face asked him why. He said, Big is too strong. He let him know you're not gonna measure up to him. Amy, thank you for the roses. That's my bestie. Thank you for the finger heart, Amy. Thank you. Jenny says your post on Irv is what got us on. Hey, yeah, we got shout out to Irv. Shout out to hey, rest in power, brother. Rest in power. I don't care how many people roast him or what we used to call it back in the day, be Jones in him, Joan in him about crashing out over Ashanti. We all had somebody we love crashed out over. So hey man, no shade to you, man, and I understand and rest in power to him. And shout out to him for this honesty. The camel face. I'm about to call his name. Camel face his face. Look, he too strong. You can't. He's on a different level. He's on a different level. Don't put him on a song with you because he sounds better than you. That's what he was basically telling Camel Face. And it wasn't a lie.
The world, we got to take over the West Coast. Before we take over the West Coast, we got to take over the East Coast. Before we take over the East Coast, we got to take over New York. Before we take over New York, you got to take over Brooklyn.
Pause. Shout out to Irv Gotti once again. Widow Love 33, thank you for the tiny floats. I appreciate it. That was very cool. Yeah, I agree, Angel. I never saw that. That's cool. This is just listen to the context of what he just said. Before we take over the world, we got to take over the West Coast. Before we take over the West Coast, we got to take over the East Coast. Before we take over the East Coast, we got to take over New York. Before we take over New York, we got to take over Brooklyn. That's powerful. Because basically, he's already letting Camel Face know you can't take over the world. You can't take over the West Coast. You can't take over the East Coast. You can't take over, you dang sure can't take over New York. And you dang sure can't take over Brooklyn as long as big as here. Now, he didn't say as long as big as here. I'm telling, this is, you see what I'm saying? Hey, Tiffany. You doing okay? So just by that being said is what I mean by I believe, you just take that context, I believe that Camel Face is in cahoots with Puffy Jacket on Unaliving Biggie. Jenny, thank you. Thank you for the special stickers. Amy says, I added your live to my stories. Oh, you did? Ah, okay. Thank you so much. I got to see it. I got to go see it. Tiffany says, yes, here for the tea clock. You know, hey, that's what we're going to do here, baby. We're going to make sure we let everybody know what's going on and how things that you may have heard before or stated before could come back and tie into it. Oh, I see the notification. Thank you, Amy. I just got that notification. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate you so much. Me saying it doesn't even catches the true essence of it. I promise it doesn't. It really doesn't. And that's for all of you. You know, I'm saying that to all of you. Jenny, Bessie, thank you for the journey pass. Thank you for the hot bears. I appreciate it. Thank you for the tiny bear. And Summer Sun. Thank you for the it's corn. What's that? Thank you for the lightning bolt. I love it. Thank y'all. My little brothers. Hold on. Let me catch Prince K. I'm sorry. I'll be on your lives from now on. What time do you usually come on? Thank you so much. And you are more than welcome here anytime. We usually go on at 8:30, in between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So please make sure you join us. You are welcome back anytime. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Let's give it up for Princess K. All right. Let's see. Little brother says, I had a conversation with sis yesterday and helped her connect the dots. Yeah, see, sometimes, you know, and tell sis I love her to life. Tell her how's she doing. Tell nephew I love him to life as well. And I just sent somebody an invite, and I'm not sure who it was. I'm not sure who it was. Okay, Widow Love, I sent you the invite. I apologize, but you can stay up if you want to.
I'll get your live taken down, bestie.
Oh,
You don't want me up here.
I'll.
That's probably the only way they'll let me talk to you, though. But
Yeah, I get you. I totally get what you say.
they don't let me type no more. They said you better just touch it. I said, oh, damn.
Yeah, you look. They don't let your comments come up for nothing.
Never. The moderators don't even see them.
Yeah, and that's why I don't get it.
And I don't say nothing bad. Well, no, I don't. Just the truth.
The truth, and that's the thing. They are afraid of the truth. Look, we came over. The one we did yesterday, we had to take it to the backup account because of the truth.
I couldn't even. They wouldn't even let me. I couldn't even watch. It was lagging so bad. It was like, yeah, you and him. They wouldn't even.
Keep them separated. Keep them separated, man.
You do your show. Thank you. Love y'all.
All right, I love you to life. Thank you for coming up, beautiful.
You too.
Yeah, they don't like her not talking. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we do wrong, but they don't like us talking. But that's why I believe he did it. I do, because he knew that there's no way that he could even gain any kind of success in this industry as long as Big or Pac was alive.
And he owns all that. And I was like, this is not a whack. So I was just like, I was in fear that I was like, yo, you may come off like this little man. You understand?
Now, Pac and Biggie actually started out cool, but things took a dark turn in '94 when Pac was shot 5 times during a robbery at Quad Studios. Pac believed
Thank you for the
Biggie
rose,
and Diddy knew
Amy.
something about the setup, but didn't give him a heads up, and that was a betrayal he never forgot. But Biggie, for his part, always denied having any knowledge of it.
Yeah, I think Pac was more upset that that word was getting back to him that the people that did do this to him was affiliated one way or another with Biggie and them, whether they was extorting him.
Look, a lot of people don't say it. I'm going to say it. Big didn't have anything to do with the of Tupac at Quad Studios. He did not. And in fact, after Tupac was at Quad City Studios, Big went to the hospital to visit him. And Pac's father has even stated that. Amy says, we all need to meet in ATL and have lunch. I'm game. Y'all anytime that anybody on here want to meet and have fun, just hang out, do some lunch, like she said. I agree with you, Amy. I'm with that. That's a great idea. But he never, even Pac's dad said no. Big came to the hospital after it happened. And trust me, people, on my Facebook, I am friends with Pac's father and his half brother. And both of them have stated that. A lot of other people they're not gonna see it. It's almost like they keep running with that narrative, like, yeah, they know Big had nothing to do with it. They know that. So people don't speak up on that. They just let people say it and run with it. No, he didn't know. He didn't know. You get me? Tiffany said, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't. You've got to put it out there. You've got to put it out there. You know? Niece 61 says, if Biggie was still alive, that went up. Was still alive, Camel Face and Puffy Jacket would have set him up to take the fall. They would have, but they ended up unaliving him first. I think. Would have loved her. She said, I'm changing my name. She said, look, it's official. This platform does not like me. Amy said, nope. They were true friends. They were. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you get it. I'm glad that somebody finally gets it, because it's not true. He didn't do that to him. That was his genuine friend. You know, Miss Bertha's welcome in. She says I saw an interview with his dad, and he said the same thing. See, thank you, Miss Bertha. Thank you so much. Like he said it. He said it, I even when it comes to September 7th, when I'm posting something on my Facebook of paying respects to Pop, I automatically send it to his brother first. And I ask him, is it okay if I post this? Are y'all okay? I'm talking about his family. Are y'all okay with me putting something like this? The last September, I put on there, where were you when Friday, September 7th happened, 1996 happened? And people, would leave where they was. I was at one of the high schools I went to here. I was at a football game with my oldest daughter and her mother. We were together at that time, and we were at the football game watching some of my former teammates and friends play because they was undergrad. They were a couple grades under me, like so. People were commenting where they was when this happened, but I asked them first, "Are y'all okay with me putting this up?" Like I don't. And the reason why I was doing it because I wanted people to not only state where they was when it happened, I wanted his family to see just how iconic, how much he meant to people. That they could remember the time, the exact place of where they was when that took place. You see? What I love third thing, right? It's respect, and I cannot believe they flagged or blocked that. Yes, it's the respect, and of course, and thankfully they, his brother gave me permission, said he saw nothing wrong with it, but they said that. No, man, Big didn't. No, he had nothing to do with that. And they the main one. They the main ones that could be right. Like, yeah, Big did it. This, that, and the third. If that happened, yes, they blocked that widow. That's why I was like, what? She just said it's respect. You right. I thought I was bad. You might got my. You might. You might hold a crown on that one. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you to life. But I think you got me beat on that one. You can't even say respect.
And word got back that they was going to do this to Pac. So this is one of the reasons that Pac was upset.
So after the Quad Studio shooting, Pac and Biggie started taking shots at each other in public. Shortly before Jay dropped Brooklyn's Finest, Biggie released Who Shot Ya? And by then, East Coast, West Coast tensions were already at a boiling point. And that's why Irv Gotti warned Jay to hold off on dropping his track with Biggie. But Jay went ahead and released Brooklyn's Finest anyway. And that only made things worse because in his verse, Biggie threw direct jabs at Pac, calling him his son and hinting at the rumors about Pac and Faith Evans.
Pause. Who remembers that part of the verse where Big on Brooklyn's Finest, the song that he did with Camel Face, where he took the shots at Pac? Hold on. He took I don't want to say that because they're gonna flag this too. I don't want that. He made reference. He made reference to Pac and Faith punching. Adrian said that made me not like Big. You didn't like him? I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, TikTok friendly. I know, right? That's why I was like, oh, wait, let me take that back. Please, let me get that back. I'm gonna be. I think. Now see, I was the opposite, Adrian. I didn't like. I was mad at Pac for hit him up. I was mad at Pac for hit him up. Now, when it came to Big's line, of course he's my favorite rapper, but I took it more so at him taking jabs at Faith. Because really, listen to it. Gotta go. Coolio mean the spot is getting too hot. If Faith had twins, she'll probably have Tupacs. Get it? Tupac. That really wasn't a knock. That really wasn't a knock to Pac to me. But he totally defecated on Faith. And I'm for it. I'm okay with it. She lied.
And then what Big did,
that's what I think. She knows she did it. She could have said she did it, and
I was like, that's
go
why
on with
Pac
it.
was shitting on Jay, because of Brooklyn's finest. If they have twins, she probably have two Pops. Get it? Two Pops. And Jay's on the record with him. So now
Maddie said, me and B had a fight over that because Pop was my first husband in my mind. Look, honestly, again, I want to get it out there. I like Pac. I'm cool. Pac is actually one of my ring interest music for the tag team that I was with. So I like him. But thinking back, when I think back on it, Big never really addressed or said anything to him like that. You know what I mean? But Pac was always in your face, like going after everybody, just dogging, and So I don't, I'm gonna tell you what. In addition to that, that made me mad at Pac. He had another song, and it said, "I wonder if heaven got a ghetto," and I was like, man, of course it don't. Like, why would you even say, something like that? It was something like that. But I was just so mad at him, so angry. But now, uh, being, I don't know, it's a change of mind. I guess it's just Ghetto Mansion. Is that the name of it? I just remember it says, "I wonder if heaven got a ghetto" or something like that. And I was just like, man, this is why. That's like you know. But he, he went at people. That was his thing. And to me, even when Big did make reference towards I ain't gonna say somebody towards Pop, he put it in such a metaphorical way, lyrical way, that if you didn't know what was going on, you wouldn't have even caught it. You know. Okay. What? Pause. Okay. So you need to get dressed. All right. So you know where your clothes are. Okay. Go get you something to put on and get dressed. And tell Vivi you'll call her back when you're ready. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Rudy's getting ready to go over to her BFF's house for a play date, and they went to the pool yesterday, but I don't know. But so Tiffany Park was fruity, like Rainbow Community, not being funny. Uh, I, you, I love you, Tiffany. I love you, Tiffany. I don't. I know that there were some people who tried to get at him. Um, I don't know if he took. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Just put your white flip flop with it. Um, do you have some white shorts or some pink ones like that? We'll just put it right here. I'm in the middle of the stuff. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We getting the outfit together. But I am with you, Tiffany. Though I just did not. I didn't like him back then. I was mad. Hey, Tiffany, say hey, baby. She screamed out hi. I'm sure she's throwing clothes everywhere, trying to find out what she's gonna wear to her best friend's house right now, right? Yeah, he loved Jada. Yeah, he did. Well, and I'm mad at Jada on that because Jada act like they were just friends. I mean, come on, man, just be honest. That's the main thing. Like, I just want these women to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Just be honest. What was Will gonna do? The same thing he did in real life when Pac was around him. Sit there, shut up. Okay, you can wear the pink one. Okay, Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Let me help her real quick, and I'll be right back. I promise. 4 split seconds.
Hey. Hi. Look at my hair. My mom did my and I'm going to my friend Vivi's house. And yeah. So bye.
You did? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. You know, daddy duties call when they call. You know, you got to answer. All right. All right. Let's go.
Now, once he got on, did
Thank
he
you.
ever reach back to
Amy
you?
says she's so adorable. Thank you. That is
Yeah,
Rudy. I'm telling you.
Jay had me come and do Summer Jam with him one year. I think that was the time when he had that.
Me and Pac went in the studio and did a song together. And then
Baby's calling you.
them little dudes.
Outlaws.
Yeah.
Outlaws.
They came like as soon as we got there, they came up to Pac talking about,
How you start the thing? Yeah, Vivi's calling you right now. Okay, but I'm saying, you want to answer it? You want to answer her phone call?
In 94 when Pac was shot 5 times during a robbery at Quad
We
Studios.
love
Pac
TikTok
believed
shop.
Biggie and Diddy knew something about the setup.
To Pac. So this is one of the reasons that Pac was upset.
So after the Quad Studio shooting, Pac and Biggie started taking shots at each other in public. Shortly before Jay dropped Brooklyn's Finest, Biggie
Get it to Pac, and Jay's
There
on
we
the
go.
record with
Now
him.
we
So
back.
now he's like,
It's hot now.
ain't
It's
no
running,
like
trying to
me,
get back in here.
Jay-Z. Then he start bombing on Jay.
So after
Okay,
this,
Widow
Pac
Love.
started
Change your
firing
name.
shots at Jay-Z on tracks like Bomb First, My Second Reply, and F Friends. By then, fans were expecting Jay to clap back with a full-on diss track, but he never got the chance. Just weeks later, Pac was fatally gunned down in a drive-by in Las Vegas. But here's the twist. Jay did write a response track called Scathing, which was reportedly a brutal diss aimed at Pac. He never released it, supposedly because he didn't want to fan the flames while Pac was still alive. But not many people know that after Pac's death, Jay actually performed this track live at the Apollo. According to DJ Clark Kent, the song was wildly disrespectful, and Jay only did it because he felt like he had something to prove, like he was carrying a chip on his shoulder and finally letting it out.
And it's funny because before he performed the record, he was like, yo, no disrespect to the dead, but you just can't say whatever.
Oh, so he actually performed it after Pac passed.
Yeah. Yeah, we was at the Apollo. It was, I will say this, if you can find anybody who was at that show and the Apollo was packed, they will tell you that it was absolutely crazy, the things he was saying. I was like, Lord Jesus. Like, when you know when you hear something, it's one thing, but then when you hear it performed, it's like, jeez. It was super tough.
But why would Jay choose to perform that diss track after Pac was already gone? Well, there's been a lot of talk that Jay actually felt relieved when Pac died because he was always intimidated by him and figured he could never outshine the legend. In fact, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, revealed that Jay was so scared of Pac that he once refused to leave his hotel room in Las Vegas for a show, simply because Pac and his crew were in town.
The story is that Jay was going to try to
You can't stand who, Natty?
In Vegas. But Pac was in Vegas, and him and his
Gene?
dudes now. And they wasn't going to let Jay-Z come out the hotel. They found out where Jay was at. And Jay wasn't gonna come out the hotel.
Oh yeah, me either, girl.
He
I
was
can't
gonna miss
stand him
that
either.
performance or whatever like that. Do that concert, and Jay was scared no more. Jay wasn't coming out that hotel.
All right, this feels almost illegal.
That's our commercial friend.
He got clearance.
Now, a lot of fans have called Jay-Z sneaky for never directly dissing Pac while he was alive. But the truth is, Jay and his East Coast crew were constantly throwing subliminal shots, trying to provoke Pac because they knew he'd take that bait emotionally. Rappers who were around back then say Jay was seriously jealous of Pac's charisma. No matter how nice Jay's bars were, he knew he could never match Pac's natural charm. Even Nas later hinted in an interview that Jay-Z was bitter about Pac and Biggie's success. And Jay actually told Nas he was a better rapper than both of them. Nas told Vibe, "We were kicking it and he told me that he's better than Biggie. I looked at him like he was crazy. Then he really got crazy and said that Tupac and DMX were not lyricists. I told him that I disagreed with him, that Tupac was the greatest ever, period." But that's not the only reason Jay-Z has been called a snake by fans. There's also the fact that Jay-Z stayed close to Diddy even after rumors surfaced linking Diddy to Tupac's murder. In fact, after both Pac and Biggie were gone, Diddy started publicly praising Jay, saying he was the one who filled their shoes.
Bro, you filled them shoes, though. You came
Listen
in.
to him, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely give thanks for you. You know what I'm saying?
You hear what he telling Camel Face?
You know, came in, and I just know how much Big, like really looked up to Jay. You know,
look up to. What I tell y'all?
Female voice.
Sean is the only one that can call me Sean. Him and my mama, they the only ones that can refer to me as Sean. You hear me, baby? Sean is the only one that can call me Sean.
Boy, just Pat,
yeah. And they looked up to each other, and yeah, that is crazy to have to step into the shoes of like
where's my
two people, because that's all it was really, was those two people, and they had like the game, they had things on lock. Hov was coming, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, you know, it was like these two cats was just so big, you know what I'm saying? And then so it's like to have all of that, like, you know, come on you and have that responsibility to keep this shit fly and keep the art of it going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think Hov really kept the, you know, not, you know, Hov kept.
Just, he. And then you got to think about how he was talking to Meek when Meek was in the pool.
Female voice.
You work hard, Daddy. Looking good, Daddy. You worked hard for that, Daddy.
Ew. You don't talk to no grown man like that when you a grown man. That is, they don't like me. Say nothing. All right, I like that. I mean, I hit you the wrong one. I'm sorry. I like that name, man. Look, you straight to the point. What are you direct? Yeah, you did that. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Female voice.
Natty.
You did that, Daddy.
Yeah. And then you think about the audio of the.
The art of it going.
Why?
And was able to take where they was at and take it, you know what I'm saying? Take it even higher. So.
And despite all the rumors swirling around Diddy over the years, Jay stayed close to him right until that 2023 Cassie lawsuit blew everything up. But now, all of a sudden, Jay developed amnesia, and he's out here saying he and Diddy were never even friends. So what's the real takeaway here? Big Daddy Kane hinting at betrayal and disappointment, Tupac's warning, Jay-Z's shady moves behind the scenes. It all paints Jay as a man who not only borrowed flows, but strategically stepped over mentors and rivals to build his empire. And as talented as he is, a lot of Jay's industry peers are starting to openly talk about how Jay's legacy is soaked in betrayal and cold calculation. But let me hear your thoughts on all this. Was Jay-Z just playing the game, or did he cross a line? Did he betray Kane after he blew up and turn his back on those who helped him? And how do you feel about Jay being jealous of Tupac? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on, y'all. Let me get my baby's dress right.
You're really doing good, Daddy.
Oh, thank you. You know, Daddy.
Just say you can read.
There you go. Got it. You good. Well, I can't see, but okay, I'm about to close out the show anyway. All right, so listen, typically we would play Red Heat. Thank you for the heart, me. Okay, all right, listen, I gotta abruptly end the show. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Her best friend's parents are here, so I gotta walk her out. But thank y'all. I love you. Y'all be safe.